just because I'm black doesn't mean I want to be fat. It's Jasmine, Nicole. Welcome and welcome back to Weight with Jazz, a safe space to discuss all things weight related, a little bit of my life, and everything else. So, this video is specifically targeted for my black community. It's targeted to the black community. Please do not take offense. Anyone, don't take offense, but this is just peer to peer, sister to sister, you know, black person, as we are always at odds trying to defy stigmatic stereotypes. This topic definitely needs to be addressed. There are a lot of mixed feelings about this monumental statue of a black woman in the middle of Times Square in New York City. Some will say, what's wrong with a black woman finally getting recognition? You know, there's nothing wrong with recognition. But there are a number of wrongs with this recognition, in many opinions. This statue represents what the world perceives a black woman to be. The message is really not hidden. However, it seems to be going over a lot of people's heads. But it resonates deeply within a black woman, and it resonates deeply within the black community. This statue represents stigmatic stereotypes that we have been and still do face currently. It's a societal issue. We face it within our own community and outside of the community, as this is a view of pretty much what the outside community perceives of the black community, or specifically in this case, the black woman. This statue says that black women are fat. Please do not take the word offensive, but I'm keeping it real here, keeping it a buck chuck. If this video is too much for you or not for you, I understand. Don't view it, you know, but I address societal matters on this channel as well that I resonate with. And I resonate with this because I'm black. This bottom line. Okay, so we're not gonna, I'm not gonna gloss around the term. The statute, it says that black women are fat. Black women are overweight. Black women are obese. This statute says that black women only wear braids. Braids are absolutely beautiful. They're a beautiful reference of culture within the black community. Like, it is our culture. You know, the elaborate and eccentric braiding hairstyles date all the way back to the tribes as a form of identification to which tribe you belong to and what type of wealth you may hold. You know, this goes all the way back. So there is nothing wrong with braids. Please don't take this to be that, ladies. There's nothing wrong with braids. I love braids. I wore braids, like, I would say, like, endlessly before I even, decided to get locked. That's why I said, let me just lock my hair up, because I like the braid extension look. I don't want to have to mess with my hair too much. So I went this route. So I'm definitely not against that at all. But it does give us a negative connotation, unfortunately, as if we don't upkeep our hair. What could have been a better option here? The creator of this statue could have possibly, put a statue up of a woman with a fro, her hair out. That would maybe would have appeased. It probably would appease people better. But there's always going to be something wrong in regard to this. The statue says black women are primarily obese or overweight, which aligns with the United States Department of Health statistics. I mean, which says 80% of black women are obese or overweight. So that's 4 out of 5 women. 4 out of 5 black women. We dominate within our smaller population in comparison to other populations. I'm not body shaming by any means, so please don't take this for that. This is just awareness and truth, which unfortunately some don't like to hear. This may have been an intentional bold move. Looking at it from different schools of thoughts, this may have been an intentional bold move to evoke a healthy change in the black community. I mean, the artist behind this statue may have already known it would have started a conversation. Okay? It definitely would start a conversation. A mixture of positive but more so negative conversation about the statue from the black women in the community. I mean, but thinking from that school of thought, sometimes there needs to be a little discomfort for there to be change, right? Doesn't history show us that? Through civil rights movement, through Jim Crow, sometimes there needs to be discomfort for change. We had to step into many levels and eras and situations of discomfort in order to evoke change that is now beneficial to us today. I mean, keep in mind that New York is the largest city in the United States. So this pretty much was a bold move of exposure in the middle of Times Square. I mean, what are your views on it? Like, tap in, what are your comments? I mean, whether positive or negative. I know people got mixed feelings about this. There are women are like, why is this a problem? This is what, mamas and grandmamas and aunties and whatnot look like after they have, a couple or few kids. Why is it an issue that is posted up there as a positive representation of black women? And a lot of people arguing that what's wrong with having a larger woman being represented who is black? And with that school of thought, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a representation of a woman who is larger in size. But I think the negative connotation comes in is that there are very, very, very negative thoughts about black women who are overweight in comparison that correlate to statistics of us dominating our population, of being extremely obese and overweight more than others. I mean, we fight so much. At the same time, another school of thought is that this possibly could have been just an innocent move by the creator as well. innocently thinking like, yeah, this is a representation of black women in his eyes. And there's nothing wrong with that. He may think like, yeah, this is his representation, and thinks that society would think the same. But I don't think, I don't you know, I don't understand that school of thought too much when you dealing with the climate that we are in. Like, you know, black women always taking L's. We are always taking L's in some way, okay? On any and every platform, we are always taking L's. We have to work harder than our counterparts. That has not changed. It may have gotten a little easier in a sense to some, but when you look at the data, the analytics, we still not privileged. Sometimes we want black privilege to click in. We're the black privilege. But like other privileges that exist, we have yet to step into black privilege. We still have to work harder. So dealing with that, which supports the growing iconic thought and statement that a black woman is strong. She got to be strong, which then many equate to masculine. So then black women, we are very much masculine in energy because we got to be so strong. Strong to provide, strong to fight the fight of inclusion in certain levels, certain spaces, always proving ourselves. Overly improving ourselves. I just feel like the creator of this statue kind of went into a world of controversy, okay, with this statue, and I had to speak on it because it just speaks volumes when you look at the statue. I mean, the statue is 12 feet tall. The statue is massive, y'all. So as a representation of us, did it have to be that tall, massive, and a little intimidating looking? I'm just saying, like, I don't know if y'all putting it together here. You're putting it together here. Masculinity, obesity, the black woman. Braids, not our natural hair. I mean, are you picking up what is being put down? Are you picking up what's being put down? But, trying to figure out, was this statue placed as a mockery? But alluding to be, false positive recognition. Is this a case of someone laughing at you, not laughing with you? When looking at that statue, are black women being laughed at? Do you pick up the energy of black women being laughed at? Which then further feeds the narrative. Lord, this going deep. Which further feeds the narrative, into the narrative that more and more black men are choosing to date outside of the black race. Look, I just yes, Lord have mercy. I mean, the dots just connect. The dots just connect. You know, ending on a positive perspective. This can be positive representation and this can be negative representation. You know, just positively neutral here. This in fact is, you know, what a lot of our you know, mothers, grandmothers, you know, other elder family members, or maybe even, you know, middle age or younger family members look like inside. And if the vitals check out in health, they shouldn't be a mockery. It shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be plastered in the middle of Times Square. Should it? See you in the next video. Be real.